Are there bad role models in professional bass fishing? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. If you're new, my name's Steve Chapman. Are there bad role models in professional bass fishing? First and foremost, I'm not talking about anyone in particular, but this was something that I questioned recently in a live stream that I saw that was brought up, and I didn't know if I was just completely wrong. If we're trying to promote the sport and the hobby, are there some anglers that are holding us back? Does the constant drama and jealousy and backstabbing help or hurt the professional angler? Because let's be brutally honest, fishing is boring. If you really love fishing, it's boring. If you hate fishing, it's insanely boring. And drama and controversy is what most people want. It's what most fans want to know more about. Because, let's just be real, I can do a video where I'm not trying to stir up drama, because that's not my goal ever in any video. But I can talk about something that's going on and it be more drama filled, or something that happened with an angler, versus a complete piece about how positive something is. And the amount of views one video gets over the other is astronomical. But are certain anglers hurting the growth of the sport and the hobby? Are the anglers that are stirring up the controversy and wanting the drama, are they helping or hurting? Because when a young angler watches a person on Instagram or a person on TikTok and they see him acting like, no offense, a fool, they think this is the way they need to portray themselves as they start to become a professional angler. And shouldn't we hold ourselves to a higher standard to allow that youth to know this is not how you get ahead in this hobby? And should the organization put their foot down and say to an angler, you need to stop this. You need to stop what you're doing. Not only are you hurting us as an organization, but you're hurting yourself because you look like a fool. And I question when there's a brand that enjoys what those people do. And I realize there are a lot of times you need to do something to be outlandish and to get your name out there. But these days it seems like that's the only way an angler can get ahead. They're not getting ahead in their fishing prowess. They're getting ahead because their Instagram or their YouTube or their TikTok is better. They gain recognition from those things. And is that what we really want? Do we want someone to come in and just try to imitate someone that they're not? And why would a sponsor pay said angler for making those quick, short videos of acting out that doesn't make any sense? When is it a clown show over being professional? And there's certain people that have the charisma that can pull it off. Gerald Swindle is one of them. He is magnificent and hilarious on stage. But then you have other people that think, I can imitate what Gerald has done. You can't. Gerald is one in a million. But where should that stop? When will it stop? Should it be stopped? My opinion these days is there's too many people trying to act out, and they stir up controversy just to get that recognition and that acknowledgement. And in a sport where this sport is so small, or this hobby is so small, we all kind of know someone within the industry. And if your goal is to just get out there and stir up the shit, should you be allowed to do that? And doesn't that hurt the organization and then also the other anglers that are with you? And maybe I'm completely wrong, and I probably am. But these days I'm finding more and more people trying to gain success and clout by trying to act out on their videos, on their short clips, on their Instagram, and on their TikTok. And it's not everybody, but there seems to be more and more people that don't have the respect for the history of the sport and the hobby. And they're looking to gain instant recognition. And I'm not sure that's where this hobby needs to go. Gone are the days of the quiet angler like Rick Clunn, who, when he spoke, you listened because you knew there was someone that was telling you exactly the truth. It seems like these days there's more and more people just spouting off to say whatever they want. And I'm not sure that's where the industry should go. And I'm not sure the dilemma isn't social media. And that really stinks. And anglers are so worried about standing out on social media that they just will do and say whatever comes to their mind. And should the organizations put their foot down and have some sort of code of conduct for the elites and the BPT and the invitationals and all of the organizations? Is that something we need to have to propel the sport and the hobby to where it should be? I'm really not sure at this point in time. I know that this is something I've thought about quite a bit, and I've held off on making this video because I see a lot of people just being crazy these days. And they just spout off and do crazy things online that I'm not sure helps us. I'm not sure when a young angler sees some of the stuff that goes on Instagram and TikTok that it's something they should see because they emulate what they see from these anglers. And some of these anglers aren't getting it. And they're not successful as an angler. And because they're not successful as an angler, they're not selling a lot of product. So the way they push themselves and their sponsors is by going on and acting a little weird or a little off or a little crazy. And like I said, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just old. And if I'm old, I apologize. I really don't. But you get what I mean. But what do you think? Are we seeing anglers just completely changing the way they promote themselves these days? And is it the right thing to do? Now I'm coming back after I've already edited, and it's going to look a little bit different. But I needed to just put a little bit more in on just my opinion, because I don't think that anglers realize the influence that they have on our youth, but also on the sponsors that they have, because we're purchasing the products that you're promoting. And when you're promoting something or acting crazy or doing whatever you're going to do, it has an influence on the community. And while I could be right and I could be wrong in this video, I understand everyone's going to agree or disagree. But these days, I feel like there's more people chasing that instant clout, that instant success, instead of building their brand properly. And there needs to be someone to stand up and say, maybe this isn't the right way to do it. I'm not that person. I'm just telling you what I see from a new generation of anglers that are trying to establish themselves on social media before they're really good in fishing. And I'm not sure that's the right way to do things. And I understand that social media is extremely important for all of the anglers, for everyone. If you're not doing social media, you're in trouble. But how you act on social media, it's how you portray yourself as a brand. Do you want to be known as someone who's taken seriously, or do you want to be someone that's taken as a gimmick? That's where I'm coming from in this video, because I'm seeing it more and more often. And again, I said it earlier, it might just be that I'm getting old. I'm 52. And maybe I'm not seeing the light that these anglers are seeing. Maybe this is the way I should have done stuff. I always felt like integrity and personality and trust was more important than just going out there and acting a fool. But you guys tell me in the comments below. So comment below and tell me what you think. I really would like to know. Am I right, wrong? It's all right. We're here to have a discussion about this, because I do think that there's some weird things going on in the industry. And I'm not sure that all of these anglers realize that they are role models, and how they act or how we act has an influence on the up and coming youth anglers. And if they see it done a certain way, that's the way they're going to do it too. But again, you comment below and tell me what you think. Thanks to all the new subscribers and members and everyone who's interactive on the channel. You guys are absolutely insane and incredible. I really appreciate it. We have just been on fire, and it's you that did it, so thank you. But if you're not a subscriber, do me a favor, click that like and subscribe. Welcome to the team. It's quick, easy, and free. Remember, take a kid fishing, tight lines, cheers, and get your fish on.